go to Hometime.com. It's your best source for how-to information on the web. Hometime.com.
The next thing we want to cover at the Hillside Home Project is the stone veneer out front. But while the masons are making some progress there, let's turn to a topic that everyone thinks about at some point, and that's making your kitchen a little bit nicer. Well, typically with our kitchens, we like to start from scratch, either with new construction or with a kitchen that's completely gutted. But there are ways to transform a kitchen with minimal disruption and demolition. That's what'll be going on at a home Naomi and Cody had a chance to buy recently. He's a paramedic, and she's in the Air Force Reserve, specializing in the food service area.
The ability to cook clean, it's part of it, to serve people, and it brings a lot of joy. Food always brings joy to everybody.
Right now, though, the kitchen is not exactly a bright spot in their new home.
My current kitchen is very old, outdated. The house was built in 1992. And it definitely shows the wear and tear of an older kitchen.
And we've done plenty of projects where we rip out the old cabinets and countertops and completely start over. But in this case, the boxes and the tops are actually in pretty good shape. They've been working with Diane Follestad, the local dealer for a company that specializes in refacing the cabinet frames, replacing the doors and drawer fronts, then putting a rock-hard overlay right over the old tops.
This material is 95% granite and 5% polymer resins, and those polymer resins make this material heat, stain, and scratch resistant. It's non-porous, so it doesn't harbor bacteria, and you never have to seal it. It's virtually maintenance free.
It all starts with the homeowners picking colors, patterns, and styles right at the house.
We like to do the selection process in the homeowner's home at Granite Transformations because we're in the actual area to be worked on. We have the lighting of the area, all of the other design elements to be considered. It's just the best way to choose your options.
Well, this is Carl Griffin-Kranz, and he's with the manufacturer. How you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Good. Now, once you have all the selections made, then you just need measurements and templates, and you're ready to go, right?
Exactly, ready to rock and roll. We're going to send one of our trained expert to the home. We're going to get exact measurements of the countertop, in this case, and the backsplash. We use cardboard strips that we cut out, and we'll glue them together with a little bit of hot glue, and that way we can bring it back to the factory and make an exact cut of the countertop and the backsplash. We're going to cut all the pieces that we need, then we'll go ahead and assemble the edges, and we'll polish them down. We use a hand stone, and then we'll also use a buffer. And then once that's all done, we're ready to come to the house and install it.
Now, before installation can happen, you do have to do a little bit of demo, and you have Jeff and Oliver here to help with that, right?
That's right. In this case, since we're doing the cabinet refacing, we're going to go ahead and remove all the existing cabinet doors, pull out all the drawers, because we're going to rebuild new boxes and obviously bring in new doors. And before we hang those, we sand the outside of the boxes, get them clean, wipe them off, so when we go to attach our veneer, we'll be able to adhere perfectly.
Now, typically, we like to use contact cement when we're building countertops with laminate, so what do you guys like to use?
Well, we use a water-based adhesive when we're doing our cabinet refacing. It's a low VOC, it's Green Guard certified, so it's very important to homeowners now to worry about what's going in the air during the remodel.
Now, I notice the material when it's put on is a little bit oversized, so how do they take care of that?
Sure, well, we'll take the veneer that we have and we lay it against the face frame, and we'll just use a router and cut out the piece so it fits exactly the way it needs to.
Now, once the cabinets are all refaced, then you're ready for doors and drawers, right?
Exactly. And when we install our doors and the drawers, we use that new slow close. The homeowners really love that, so no more slamming of the drawer boxes when you're cooking.
Nice.
Which I have in my house. It's a real nice touch.
In addition to the refacing and the new countertops, we also have a new sink and a new faucet. Now, the sink is an undermount, and so it goes underneath the countertops, and it's best if that goes in before the new tops go on.
So the first thing we'll do is get our sink setters in, which allow us to raise or lower the sink. Once those are set, we go ahead and put our sink in and make sure we've cut the hole properly. And after that, we're ready for countertops.
Now, this is where it really gets fun. They literally lay the tops right over the old ones. They do a dry fit first to make sure everything's fit properly, then they'll lay it for real.
We go ahead and mix the two-part epoxy on the existing counter, and we go ahead and spread it out. We have a nice thin layer, and that way we can go ahead and bond the new top on and have a nice tight fit. We're going to immediately go right to the backsplash. So we've already assembled the pieces. They're already grouted. They're ready to be installed.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and put the two-part epoxy on the back of the material and go ahead and mount it right up.
Now they've included a tile insert here. Not only is it beautiful, but it also shows how much work they do off-site. This is all glued and grouted already, so once it's installed, it's a done deal.
We go ahead and take a fiberglass reinforced panel and go ahead and mount the mosaic. It's already grouted, it's dry, and when we come for installation day, we can just go ahead and use the same 2-part epoxy on the back of it and go ahead and install the backsplash.
So is there any special maintenance with this?
Absolutely not. Because they're permanently sealed already, you can just clean the countertops with soap and water. They never need sealing or maintenance. And the same with the new cabinets we've just installed. They can just wipe it down with the soapy sponge.
So as far as the install, anything special the guys do to wrap up?
Just a couple of minor things. We're going to go ahead and finish off the backsplash. We're just going to put a small piece of Schluter material along the side. It's a nice metal trim, gives it a good, clean, modern look. Then we're going to go ahead and drill a hole for the faucet. Once we install that, then we go ahead and do some caulk, a little bit of silicone around the edges. We're all done. Clean up and out we go.
So now how long does a job like this typically take?
A home like this takes us typically 2 to 3 days to finish the installation.
And one really nice thing about all of this is it's very eco-friendly.
It really is. By using the existing countertop, by refacing versus tearing out all of the cabinetry, we save a tremendous amount of material from winding up in the landfill. And then the way we make our granite, we're actually able to use some of the granite that other companies are not able to use. So we're able to be more efficient with the resource we have. And even the backsplash in this home is manufactured with recycled glass.
Well, it looks beautiful and such a difference from what we started with. So I love it. Thanks for helping us do this.
It's incredible. It's something, it's a dream come true. When I walk into this kitchen, it's going to be wonderful to make a meal for my husband and my child. The granite, the backsplash, the cabinets, the hardware, the whole combination just brightened everything up.